What's going on, guys? In this video, I want to talk about pad work. Specifically, pad work when it comes to striking. Striking forms include boxing, Muay Thai, kickboxing, anything where you would use Thai pads. I'll go as far as even saying focus mitts. So let's talk about pad work, or more specifically, the lack thereof in academies or gyms nowadays. Check it out. So there seems to be a growing trend to where a lot of gyms and teams and combat sports academy, whatever, striking classes, okay, let's just go with that, have done away with pad work. Now, I started to see the trend, but I thought it was kind of like a 50-50 at first, where half the time they were using pads, the other half they were doing this flow work. The flow work is ultimately what is kind of taking over the pad work. And what this is a lot of schools, specifically I've noticed this in Colorado with a lot of the gyms around here and teams around here, they've all kind of moved to this Dutch kickboxing style of flow where the two teammates hold their gloves as pads, or they block and they go through these flow combinations, which it is very effective. And I do it as well. I have my students do it as well. But in my school, it's more like 20%. It's 20-30%. It's a smaller portion of what we do. We are still heavy into pad work. I'd say pad work here at my gym is like 60, maybe even 70, not 70%, because we do a lot of other things. But yeah, it's more than half. Pad work from a Muay Thai perspective is crucial. If you ask me, you can't put a Muay Thai class on your schedule and not do pads. If you label yourself as a Muay Thai school or Muay Thai class and you're just doing like flow work with gloves, I just don't consider that to be Muay Thai in a traditional sense. Now hear me out, man. This isn't hate. I appreciate what these guys are doing. It's, of course, they're innovating. They're doing a newer style. Again, it's where we hold the gloves and we work on combinations together and we go through the motions, and it does breed very good instincts. I'm all about drilling skills, man. Like in everything I do, my Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, my striking, drill the skills. So I understand the value of that. But I love pad work. And pad work is what we do here to a heavy extent. That said, I just don't want to eliminate the benefits of pad work. I don't know if these academies it's just easier because, again, you don't have to like take your gloves off and put some Thai pads on. You don't have to keep switching pads back and forth, because you can you can exchange the combinations back and forth a lot faster because you're just using your gloves to hold. I trained like that with some friends recently for an extended period, and just punching into the palm of my hand a lot, taking the kicks on my arm. It was arduous, and I really eventually it started to wear on me a little bit. And most of all, I just missed hitting pads. I've had a couple students go to other schools due to the fact that they had to move, and they went to some pretty big MMA schools, or gyms, excuse me, and some other schools, and they first thing they say to me is, man, they don't do pads anymore over there. And inevitably, I always hear the same thing: I miss hitting pads. The Thai pad work is important. It's for distance, it's for power, it's for when you do pad sparring, it's basically sparring with your trainer holding pads. The benefit of pad work is immeasurable, if you ask me, when it comes to Muay Thai, kickboxing, or those type of striking combat sports. From a boxing perspective, focus mitts are so crucial. When we do our hands specifically, we still use focus mitts, and I will never give up focus mitts or Thai pads, because focus mitts are exactly that. They're there for you to focus your timing, your instincts, your trainer is just getting you to move the right way, working on your defense, getting your instincts and your flow. To have all that replaced by just boxing gloves, I just can't see that. But it is happening, and I'm not hating on it. I see the benefits of it. Again, there's no exchanging where you have to swap back and forth with the pads or the mitts. It's a great way to establish flow and flow through combinations and work on your footwork. There are several benefits to that way of training, which is again why we do that type of training as well in my school. But to get rid of the pads altogether, I will never do that. I can't see us doing that here. And I'm a bit shocked that a lot of gyms have gone that route. I don't know, man, maybe they're trying to save money. I doubt that's the case, but Thai pads aren't cheap, especially if you're buying 20, 30 pairs for your gym. If you want quality Thai pads, they're gonna run you more than $100 a pair. Some of the Thai pads we use, we're upwards of $200, $250. But they last. And again, they're a vital training tool for what we do. So I just wanted to make this video because, again, it's just a trend that I've seen with the gyms in my area, the teams in my area, versus what we do or what we like to do. I guess, again, it comes down to preference as the coach or as the trainer. What do you feel benefits your students best? And what are the results you're seeing from those training methods and modalities? That's my 2 cents, guys. I'd love to hear what you guys think. Do you train at a location that doesn't use Thai pads anymore? Or they're moving away from that method of training and going more with that Dutch style flow? Do you prefer one method of training over the other? Or do you like a healthy dose of both? Go ahead and drop that stuff in the comments, man. I'd love to have a conversation with you guys about it. At the end of the day, if you're training, and that's what's the most important. And as long as you feel you are getting the most beneficial training for your goals and your needs, that's all that matters. Okay, guys, thank you so much for watching the video. As always, please like and subscribe so we can keep this thing going. We appreciate the support, and we will see you in the next video.